You a Star Wars fan? Because you'll be amazed at number one, that a lot of women might be into the shit that you're into, but you're so worried about her judging you that you don't give it half a chance. But also some of the things that you're not into, you'll be amazed at how women would want to get into it because they want to get closer to you.
A lot of times they say shit like, "Oh, I'm free on weekends," or I'm usually free on Thursdays," or whatever the hell. So if it makes sense, then I schedule a date.
If she really liked you from the get-go, there would be no reward system you would have to look for to do anything for, right? Because it would automatically be there, And I like to do this in conversations sometimes. When you're speaking with somebody and you'll hear a girl say something like, "I'll never do this," or "I don't like this," or "I don't like that." And then you'll notice, you'll say, "Nah, I kind of like it. I like it when blah, blah, blah." And she's like, well, yeah, when you say it like that, I like it, and it's just kind of like, yeah, you switched up awfully fast for somebody that just really said they don't like something. And so, there's always been clues out there for fellas to understand, like, yo, if they really like you, they will change their whole political party.
They're not giving her real instruction. They're not letting her know what it really is. And most dudes don't do it. Most dudes don't say what it is because they're afraid to hear no, or they're afraid to bring up sex too early and all of this and all of that. But the bottom line is this. Either, again, and somebody said it, either she's feeling you or she's not. You understand? Either she's feeling you or she's not. We got to stop all this nonsense, man. Guys are too afraid to hear no, and it's like I'd rather hear no than to waste 2, 3, 4 dates and time spent, money spent, and all this other shit just to find out that you wasn't feeling me any damn way. You see what I'm saying? But so with me, first date is cool. If you don't want to do it on the first date, no problem. You could be on your period or whatever it is. There's a lot of things that could be off on the first date, right? It doesn't matter. But second date, you gotta know what it
is. For me, I like exclusive vagina to me. And that's because I don't want to catch nothing that have my later years messed up. And I like to stroke without no condom on. It feels great.
No.
So I like it.
So you like to be hugged by the sugar walls? You like to be hugged?
Yeah. I like that velvet, plush velvet. The smoothness. So,
but even then, Jay Roman, I hear you.
He don't get up for nothing. You understand what I'm saying? So, and the reason is because he has to conserve his energy to do 3 full workouts a day up until his competition date. You understand? So when he's in season, he literally just works out as hard as he can. Then he sits on the couch and his wife brings him everything. The only thing she don't do is fucking piss for him, right? So what I'm saying is, it's one thing to have a wife that does it, because you said earlier, these were the words you used. You said a woman who says, "Oh, I rock with this dude, so I don't mind doing this." But see, it's a difference between a woman who doesn't mind and a woman who cheerfully wants to do it. Understand the position of a simp. Make sure you understand the position of a friend zone nigga. Make sure you understand that a man doesn't do anything for nothing. You understand? So run the game, be careful, and do what you got to do.
Mm-hmm. And that's the right there, Jay Roman. And that's the problem. Your main chick should always be prioritized over all the new chicks. Right? The new chicks should not get preferential treatment. Right? So what would make it difficult for a lot of women is if you're giving girlfriend treatment to the new chick. Right? So this is why when you very first meet women, you have to establish boundaries and parameters where they got to earn everything. So that way, when the main chick is with you and she knows you're dealing with new women, she knows they have to go through the gauntlet too. They just don't get shit quicker. Like
labyrinth, streets be the maze. Hosts on the mic, carry case set in the blaze. Sagging, Miles Cunham with the game so tight. J. Roman lit the torch, keeping it right. Manhood's the challenge, skill set to master. In a world moving fast, gotta move faster. Trap beat, pounding 808, shake the floor. Guided by the host, wisdom like law. Carry K drops jewels, the crowd enthralled. Words cut deep, no need for brawls. Miles Cunningham, tactic sharp like a dagger. Navigates the game, makes the haters stagger. Journey to manhood, no easy feat. Lessons from the masters, words concrete. J. Roman with the keys, opens the door. Manhood's the path, gotta crave for more. Manhood's the challenge, skill set to master. In a world moving fast, gotta move faster. Trap beat, pounding 808, shake the floor. Guided by the host, wisdom like law.
Well, here I am, all by my lonesome. So, yeah, we got everybody coming, you know. They're running just a tad bit behind, but they're coming. I assure you they're coming. So shout out to the fellas. All righty. What up, Justin?
Hey, what's going on, Zay?
All right, we're just waiting for the rest of the fellas to fall up in here. So before we get into the show, I'm sorry, go ahead, bro. What were you saying?
I was just saying, finally got a free weekend to stream. Last couple of weeks, I've been hammered.
That's what's up, man. Well, appreciate you, man. Like always, appreciate you coming through.
No doubt.
So let me just plug the title right quick. The Price of Insecure Masculinity, How Retroactive Jealousy Ruins Men's Lives and Relationships. So there's a video that we're going to share with you, gentlemen, and any ladies that may be in attendance. We're going to share this video, and then we're going to go ahead and just break down how how unfortunately for a lot of men, and let me just say this real quick about just jealousy in general, or even retroactive jealousy. It's not gender specific. It's not just only men. It can be women too, but we're not talking about women. We're talking about men, right? This is what we talk about. We try to help you men. And let me just say this about that, right? You know, we can give sex-related advice all day. We can talk about how to dominate women in the bedroom and all that. And all that's fine. But there's another layer to why guys struggle, right? And your emotions can get the better of you. Jealousy, being insecure, all of that can hinder you as well, right? So it's not, unfortunately, life isn't as simple as I'm gonna wake up and go find some pussy today. You know, there's real shit going on, like with people, right? So guys, if you got real shit going on, let me just say this real quick. And I'll pass it to you just quick. This name, he's an author. He's written a couple of books, well, a few books about retroactive jealousy and all that. Now, I've never suffered from any of that, but when I've been talking about this retroactive jealousy and all that for years. But when I first started talking about it, his name was brought to me. So for any guy that has problems with insecurity, low self-esteem issues, jealousy issues, also if your mind is being dominated or you feel like you have intrusive thoughts about what women have done and all that, fuck with this dude. You know what I'm saying? He might have a YouTube channel, I'm not sure, I don't recall. But he got some shit out there that might help you out with that. Because I'm telling you, if you want healthy relationships, a lot of what's going on with you guys, you're not gonna have it. You're just not gonna have it. All righty, real quick. Just waiting for some more fellows to fall up in here. Now, let me ask you a question, Justin. When you do your consultations, do you see that guys might have issues with insecurities, low self-esteem, jealousy issues, or they're overly concerned about what the woman may have done or what she's doing?
Well, yeah, all the time. Absolutely. And there's obviously there's layers to it because, and they'll try to confront the front end issue, right? Like say she's doing something, and he's like, I don't like her doing that, and it really makes him uncomfortable, right? And hits him a certain way, and he takes it as disrespect, but really it's just his feelings are getting hurt. It just sounds more manly to say that was disrespectful, but so his feelings are getting hurt because she wants to do like a girls' weekends, like in the Adirondacks or something. She wants to go like to a cabin with her friends. There's something, and he feels a certain way. He's jealous. He's afraid some other guys are going to be involved, and they just want to deal with the front end. So they're like, hey, Justin, how do I wrestle this situation to my benefit? And make basically he's asking, how do I feel more emotionally safe? Like, what can I do so I can feel more emotionally safe in the situation? And it's like, okay, cool. Like, I see that. I understand that's what you want to do. Right. And I can give you some tips on how to direct the situation if you want, but let's dig a little bit deeper. Let's first do that. And so we just start digging. We start just taking off layers, and you get to the root of the problem. And the root of the problem with these guys is typically has nothing to do with the woman, like the one that's in front of him. It's something from his past, a previous woman who really hurt him, or like some kind of mother wound, or something to do with his family, some sort of sexual thing. There's always something deeper. Not always, but more often than not, there's something deeper going on. And you deal with that, then you're just like, oh, like whatever. It's just some girl. She's wanted doing her thing. All right, like whatever. It's these emotional attachments due to the shit in your past that causes these problems.
And we're gonna talk about all that today. Just wait for Miles to fall through. He will be here any minute now. Jay Roman, what's good with you, my brother?
What's going on?
What's up, Mr. J.
Justin,
Roman?
what's going on? Zach, what's going on, man? How everybody doing today?
Very well, thank you.
I love that question, by the way. People ask me all the time, early in the morning when I'm at work, how you doing? And I say, I'm great. The amount of people I see in the morning that are already sour-faced, it baffles me.
Like they get up like that.
Yeah, like, come on, like you didn't go to sleep pleasant? Like, come on, let's wake up. Let's have a good day. I woke up breathing. The day is mine from that point on. There's nothing. It's all about me and what I take of this day.
That's right.
And, that's a nice attitude to have. Yes, it is, old lady. You've been living a long time.
You still haven't
tell me
figured it out.
You ain't figured that out yet?
Real quick, shout out to Duke Lux for the Norwegian Chrome for the 20. Appreciate you. I'm gonna give me some more espresso from Colombia. You know what I'm saying? Appreciate that. Let's see who else. There's something else I wanted to do. Real quick, and shout out to Danny P. Go ahead and do that, guys. For that algorithm, hit that like button. If you feel inclined, share, and definitely sub to all of our channels. And if we got any subs in here that, if y'all don't mind putting the links in the channels, I'm saying that would be greatly, greatly appreciated. All right, so we're just waiting for Miles to fall through. But again, so the price of insecure mentality, how retroactive jealousy ruins men's lives and relationships. So,
like real quick, you said like making shots. Like shout out to my sub here is in the chat. And baby girl, if you would go and grab the link to my website and put that in the chat for the viewers, please. And you can, because we're starting a little bit late, you can stay up a half hour from the point of the show actually kicking off.
See, look at that. I like that. So, guys, go ahead and get them likes up now. This is what I want to say. I do want to say this real quick, and I want guys to understand, because anytime we start talking about a woman's sexual past and the whole body count thing, it gets real tense, right? A lot of triggers get triggered. A lot of sensitivities just come oozing out the pores, right? And what we got to do is we got to tackle what the real issue is. Like Mr. Justin, you said you had a client. I'm sure you probably have more than one, where once you start talking, assuming that they actually want to talk about it, the floodgates open up after a while. And then you begin to put the pieces together. And now that we know the root, and that's what I tell guys all the time. If you're insecure and if you have low self-esteem, you have to know where it derives from. The moment you know where it derives from, then you can tackle it. You can say, okay, right? As an example, if you got teased as a kid and that's where it derives from, my question to you now would be, are you being teased now? So, or do you just feel as though when people don't gravitate to you the way you would like, it's unsettling. So you got to figure out why you feel the way that you feel. Like guys ask for, oh, how do I approach a group of women? Or how do I get a woman to have sex with me? Right. And my thing is, if you're insecure and if you have low self-esteem and other things going on, words will not help you. We have to get to the root of what's going on with you. And then you can begin to start to see progress in your dating and love life. You want to add to that, man?
Jay?
It's funny that you always say start from the, what initially has brought you to whatever behavior you have. And a lot of times when I talk to people, I don't care personally, because at some point when you become aware of it, actions have to start taking place to correct it. And I think that a lot of times these individuals, they know exactly where it came from. Mm-hmm. They've been dealing with it their whole lives. The thing is that they are lazy-minded and don't want to actually change because they don't have enough energy because they've been putting themselves down so much to actually do the actions behind changing. And I think to me, the more people that I talk to and, have these little counseling sessions with, it's more of, what to do, your thoughts, because you grew up with everything's behind what's going on. Now it's time to take action. And I think that's a big step for them, and I like the way you broke it down because, it's a lot of times it happened a long time ago. But my thing is, hey, you become aware of it now. As soon as you say, man, I talk to women crazy because my pops used to talk to my mom crazy. Well, as soon as you can say that, then it's time to take actions on changing if you want to change that. Like you can't continue to say it, like 2 years, 3 years down the road, man, I talk crazy because I used to get talked crazy upon. Like it's time to take some action.
No, I agree. I do agree that that's no excuse, right? That's no, because here's the thing. I remember there was a story, and if anyone has heard it, and if I get any miscellaneous details incorrect, just let me know, or you got to forgive me, right? But there was a story about two brothers. They had an alcoholic father, and the father was very abusive. He was an alcoholic. So as the boys grew into young men, one brother became an alcoholic like his father. The other brother became a lawyer, got married, had family, and never drank alcohol in his life, right? So one could surmise, oh man, y'all had a traumatic upbringing. The one who became an alcoholic, oh yeah, man, my childhood was trauma. The other one was like, hey, yeah, shit is fucked up, but I got a choice. I can be weak and give in, or I can be strong and do the other thing. And like you said, J. Roman, at some point as a grown fucking man, that's just what it is. It's a choice. It's a choice.
And I think that's a choice. That's why it's so important that you find your square or your stake, or you sooner than later. To say, and that's in all regards, right? You can't stay underneath your pop's umbrella forever. You can't stay underneath your mom's umbrella forever. You have to be building yourself up. So as soon as you find that, as soon as possible, you can start contributing and adding to that and growing the man that you want to be.
And see that right there. And guys, every guy that's listening right now, and any guy that's going to catch the replay, the man. And that's what we're talking about. Just manhood. Let's do the man shit. everything will come. Financial success, the accolades, the achievements. Women, let's get to the man shit first. And everything branches out from there. But you have guys, they want to do all the quote unquote fun shit without doing the work of being a man. Do that first.
Yeah, absolutely.
Everything else is easy after that.
Mm-hmm. It's it like, so that when obviously, you know, when I was setting up my business, I was talking to a business coach. Because when I first started out here, I was like, I don't want to be a dating coach. Like, it's oversaturated. It feels
I was the same way. I hated people calling me that.
Right. And it felt like it was oversaturated. And I kind of felt like, I don't know, it's just a little like disingenuous. So I was talking to a business coach and he's like, well, Justin, you got to pick, because men are sold two things, either how to get more money or how to get more sex. Pick one. You know, because at the time my motto was like how to encourage the growth of men's masculinity. And he's like, all right, let me hear your elevator pitch. And he's like, what the fuck is that? He's like, I have no idea what you're talking about. Like, what is that? You got to make something that's palatable for the audience. So I was like, okay, that's what I'll do. And so now, like, that's what I do on the front end, right? My model is basically like, look, you can have this sort of thing. You can create this sort of life and, you know, have the experiences that maybe are similar to mine and my other clients. And that's great. But then when they first start working with me, then we have to go all the way back. We have to rewind all those things. Like, okay, here, this is what you want. But in order to get this, you have to have this. And then to have that, you have to have that. To have that, you have to have that. So there's like prerequisites, like going to college.
Yes.
You know, you can't have like the master class until you have all the prerequisite classes. Right. It won't even work. Like, because I could put you in the class for the PhD and you'll be like, everything's going to fly over your head. You have to take all the, you know, the 102, the 103, the 104, then the 201, the 202, the 203, and keep building on it. So we go all the way back and we start dealing with how you relate with yourself and what is that current relationship and why is it that way? So we start like looking into your parents, we start looking into your early experiences, because all of that's important because it shapes things, it carves things into your mind, and that sets a precedent for however you move forward. You know, until that is understood, that, so like I made a post today on Instagram and it says, what is it? It was a story. It says, he who fears his shadow will serve it. He who studies it commands it. So if you don't know where you've been, even if it's a rocky past, even if it's a totally fucked up past, like some of my dudes, they were absolutely straight up abused by their mothers and fathers, abused, like locked in the closet under the stairs for hours.
Mr. Justin,
like
real quick, can you pause that real quick?
Yeah,
real quick. No, I'm gonna let you continue. You said something very important, and I would be remiss if I don't connect it to the show.
Please.
What Justin is talking about is guys who've had traumatic experiences that they want to forget and move on from. So if men have experiences, whether it's traumatic or not, that they want to move on from, so do women. But go ahead. I want to throw that in.
Yeah, no, I was just kind of pointing out that, you know, there's the front end stuff that they all go for, but you can't really fully exercise that stuff until you've dealt with your past and the things that are lying there. Because everybody has a burden. Everybody's dealt with shit in their lives. You know what I mean? No one's had a perfect life. And that's the way it is. And it affects us until you understand what that is.
I thoroughly enjoyed my life, but you're right.
Sure. You know, everyone has twists and turns, ups and downs, but until we deal with that shit, you know, like, and understand how it affects us, then moving forward, we won't really see the patterns. And then you start seeing like, holy shit, I'm doing this because I had built up this habit due to what happened when I was younger. It's all wrapped in there.
Miles,
okay.
What's up, Miles? Good to see you.
What's going on, guys? What's going on, Justin J. Roman and K Zag? What's going on with you guys? Please forgive the lateness.
Man, we good, man. But
yeah.
Are you here? That's all that matters, bro.
Yes,
before
sir.
we get into the video, though, Miles, let me set it up, my brother. Is the phone set up too?
Okay.
Yes. Real quick, guys. I'm sorry. Go ahead. No, take your time to do your thing. Real quick, guys. If you have a question, is there a delay? Yeah, you know me, dog. I'm sorry. As always. All right. If you have a question, put a Q in the chat followed by your question. Do it sooner rather than later. and I'm mad as hell because ESPN is gone from YouTube TV, so I can't watch my fucking Hurricanes play today. Oh, I'm pissed. So guys, I'm agitated. I'm triggered. I'm emotional as hell. I was telling my son, I was like, I'm more upset about this than when me and your mother got divorced. That's
crazy.
I was anyway. So anyway.
Well.
So look, real quick. Again, if you have a question, put a Q in the chat. Also, the phone lines 1-844-672-7300. Miles, before we jump to the joint, you want to do what we always do around this time with the joints you got going on?
Oh, yeah. Oh snap! I don't even got nothing on me. Like, all right, so I got the shea butter, man. The shea butter season. You know, the guys need to moisturize. It's cold out there, man. So go to Cunningham Elements and get your shea butter. Also get your soap and get your fragrance, Masculine Identity EDP Eau de Parfum. So, yeah, man, we got it for you. So just come to the website and get it. All right. Appreciate y'all, man, and happy to be here safe.
And it's never too early. I'm gonna say this with the shea butter and the lotion.
Mm-hmm.
Am I delayed?
No, you good.
Oh shit.
Yeah, it just ain't never too early to teach your sons how to be fresh.
Bro, I haven't heard the word rad since the 80s. My bad. I haven't seen that since the 80s, man. My bad.
Yeah, it's never too early to teach your sons how to be fresh.
Facts.
Okay, teach your sons how to be fresh. I go to an elementary school. I see so many kids with food in the corner, stains in their shirt. You know, I know it's third grade. I know it's fourth grade. But, you know, I had to tell my son, man, have a little more swag than that, son. Okay? Don't. They got mirrors at school? Yeah? Okay, well, check yourself out.
Yeah.
Keep yourself together. There ain't nothing wrong with presenting yourself the best way you can do it.
I'm on that too.
Throw some lotion on. Throw some, you know, keep yourself fresh.
Facts. Real talk.
All right, cool. So let's go ahead and let me just something real quick, guys. I just want to while we're playing the video, I just want to put that right there, and then we can get to that video. All right, so let's go.
All right, y'all ready? Let's get.
Covered up. Hold on. I got the homie covered up. I got to move that out the way.
Okay, let me just play for a second. Make sure y'all can hear it.
Like, we had a conversation about body counts.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, we all hearing it? Okay. All right, cool. All right, so here we go. And the caption reads, girlfriend and sister play the body count game. Boyfriend ends up in prison after hearing that his girlfriend's body count is 42. All right.
Like, we had a conversation about body counts.
How was that conversation started? Was it just a normal conversation?
And by the way, I think this is police body cam footage and audio. So this is like the cop coming into the house talking to the sister or whatever.
Was it just a normal conversation?
We were listening to music, and me and her were talking, and then he comes in the room, well, actually in the kitchen, because that's where the fight started. Okay. And he's like, 42? You got 42 niggas, you know.
Boyfriend ends up in prison after hearing his girlfriend body count is 42. I ain't gonna lie, I might have crashed out too. That's something you supposed to tell me.
It's all right there. Can you pause it?
All right. If I want your past.
Can you rewind it and play it up until he says that? From the beginning up until where he says that.
Like, we had a conversation about body counts.
How was that conversation started? Was it just a normal conversation?
We were listening to music, and me and her were talking, and then he comes in the room, well, actually in the kitchen, because that's where the fight started. Okay. And he's like, 42? You got 42 niggas, you know.
Boyfriend ends up in prison after hearing his girlfriend body count is 42.
Now, he said you're supposed to tell me that in the beginning. So now, number one, ladies, do not talk about your body count with other women and earshot of the guy you're dating, because these guys can't handle it. Mm-hmm. They can't handle women. No matter how much they say they can handle it, they can't. Right now, let me just say this, because he's talked about crashing out. So let me get this straight. You're going to punish a woman who had sex in the past before you knew who she was. You're going to physically harm this woman and accost this woman as punishment for her having past lovers. Y'all go ahead. You can't make this shit up.
I ain't gonna lie, I might have crashed out too. That's something you supposed to tell me at the beginning. Let me decide if I want your past to affect our relationship or not. I would be devastated after hearing that number. I wouldn't listen to no 42 Doug. I wouldn't drink no 1942. And when I'm 41 and my birthday come, I'm gonna just tell people I'm 43. It's never
He's gonna skip it.
Bitch, you is wrong as hell. I wouldn't have hit you, but I would have left for sure. 42 niggas is crazy. If your girl fuck 42 niggas, you damn near can't go nowhere without seeing a nigga that'll fuck your bitch before. I'm the type of nigga, I don't really care about a female past for real, but 42 is insane. This is something we gotta talk about. You got like 12 niggas, all right, cool, we grown as hell. She had no business playing no body count game in front of her nigga, knowing good and well her number was that high. She was asking for that ass whooping. Anyways, don't free dog, because we don't condone beating no women, but I could understand him crashing out for sure.
Okay, this. Fuck it, I'll go first. Okay, first, again, ladies, they can't handle it. Guys, and here's the thing. This notion that, oh, you should have told me that. Okay, cool. Let's do that. So for all the guys that think and believe that women should automatically tell you the real amount of guys they had sex with. So for all you guys that ever put your hands on a woman, lied to a woman, or cheated on a woman, you should just tell women that up front too. I mean, since everybody because you can't have it both ways, bro. You can't say you should automatically just tell me about your past, the same shit that you know I might judge you for and look down upon you for. You should just tell me that information up front.
Mm-hmm.
My thing is, okay, you do the same thing. Hey, by the way, my last girlfriend, yeah, I used to, whoop on her. I lied to her a lot. I mean, I fucked her sister. I mean, but that used to be me. I mean, it was 8 months ago, but I changed. I mean, tell women that. Go ahead, man. Y'all got it.
I want to say too that there was other videos associated with this where they had the woman was in the hospital, like they showed you the woman in the hospital, like she was all messed up, bro. Like she was bandaged up. Yeah, she was in the hospital bed, fucked up. So that's that. Look, I don't know. That type of information is irrelevant to me. That type of information is irrelevant. Again, for me, as long as the fit is right, as long as the chemistry makes sense, as long as what we got going on makes sense, I really don't understand why dudes really let that stuff fuck with them. And this guy is basically advocating like she was asking for that ass whooping, and I would have crashed out too. Like, that's crazy work,
because
bro.
Of her past?
That's crazy work.
Let me just say this real quick. Oh, my bad, Miles. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No, because here's the thing. My thing is this, and even if she was, cheating, I still don't condone. Just leave the relationship. But he did it over some shit that happened before. So my thing is, if you guys have enjoyable sex now, if she's never betrayed you or you never suspected her of doing anything foul, she has always been respectful to you, done what you've asked, you're literally gonna let that fuck up this nigga in prison. This is how dumb guys are. You're gonna throw away your life because she had 42 penises in her? And guys like, I can't take it. Bro, guys, women have sex. And this is, look, guys, this is y'all's fault though, because y'all want to believe that women are these super angelic creatures and they don't like sex and they have to meet a man and they got to be super special. Y'all have been lied to. You've been lied to. It's just not true. Y'all got it, man.
Yeah, it's it's concerning when guys act like this. What I've listened to, and I've heard this people speaking live on this sort of thing. I spend a lot of time in Clubhouse, just mostly listening to people, like guys, talk about this sort of stuff, and I hear jealousy. That's what I hear. I hear envy. They're like if they could kind of like magic genie snap themselves into the body of a woman for a day, they would fuck like crazy. That's what they would do. They would be like, holy shit, I finally have all the opportunity that I wish I had as a man.
Right.
And I think that's what they want. I think they come, and this also comes from a mindset of comparing oneself to women. Okay.
Right. Ooh,
and
I'm
the
glad
funny
you
thing
said
is
that.
that they don't, another thing they don't get is that the perceived options, right? They're not actually options, because there's like 100 men, right? Well, 100 males that they could have sex with, they could get into a relationship with, or they could marry. There's only like maybe one out of those who's like actually a grounded man who knows what the fuck he's doing. You know what I'm saying? And she's looking for those. And the guy's like, oh my gosh, there's so many guys that want you. You're so lucky. Yeah, but they're mostly fucking duds. They're mostly guys like that who would beat a woman's ass because she's been with guys before in the past. You know, he's insecure, he's weak. Anything that she does, says, or thinks can throw him off of his square because his square is made of fucking cooked oatmeal.
Right.
Real quick, Justin, I'm glad you said that, because a lot of guys, they'll say shit like, man, she has all these options. Women really don't like their options.
Yeah, they don't have, it's
Women
just
really
perceived
don't.
options.
If you, it's perceived. Yeah, women have a lot of guys offering dick, right? But if you talk to most women, they're not sexually attracted to the majority of the men they encounter, right? So what happens if the men that they are sexually attracted to, let's say they start having sex with those men, but those men don't want to date them seriously. Those women, they still want to be dated. Okay, they still want non-sexual intimacy, affection, and all that. So what happens is some of these guys who aren't all that sexually appealing come along, and guess what? That's where she gets it from. She gets it from you. So if you talk to women, when it comes to the man they are the most physically, sexually attracted to, who has his shit together, and he actually knows what he's doing, ask women how many times they come across that man in a month. Because it ain't once. It's not even once. So, like you said, Justin, perceived options. Perceived options. Sexual options for a woman aren't real options.
Right.
Okay, only a man who wants to seriously date her, that she also wants to seriously date, is a real option for a woman. All that other casual shit, those are not real options for women. See, guys, they're real options for you because you're not used to women fucking with you. So for you, it would be a big deal for you. For women, it's like, another guy who wants to fuck me. Wow. That's what it looks like for a lot of women. So he said,
on the rest of this story, the reason why he beat her down was because when they got together, she said her number was 10.
Okay.
I'm just messing around. No, I didn't hear that.
Overheard her.
Okay. I mean,
I for the cats that's out there, it's like, oh, that changes everything. No, it don't. It don't change nothing, and you're not listening. So I just wanted to shock y'all a little bit. You know, really hear the information that is said. Right. Number one, this dude went to jail for a conversation. He affected his whole life for a conversation for a woman he could have left if he didn't like it. But nah, he decided to get upset, super upset, put his hands on this lady because of a number he had no control of. None whatsoever. That is a dumb dude, a dumb situation. Do you really think that he was her first choice? Couldn't have been. Not with no dude like that, right? So my thing is, like, fellas, and then another thing is, if it was so important for him, why didn't he ask the question earlier? So he could know. If it was so important that it would drive me to insanity to beat on you, wouldn't you want to know that information earlier? So that tells me right then you were never leading in any of the conversations, period. You were in the back seat and you heard something back there, and now you coming up and beating your woman. Now you in jail. That's a little ridiculous. Like, come on, fellas. This is the type of stuff that you hear out there where people like, even dude, I don't condone it. Like, we don't want to free him, but I kind of understand. I don't understand at all. Not one bit of me understands why you putting your hand on this lady for a number. I don't understand it at all. So for you that said, that kind of changes it. Oh, so she had 30 other ones while she was with him. So come on, man. That don't change nothing. Just leave.
And Jay Roman, my thing is, she is with you right now. She's with you right now. And again, I asked the question. If y'all have a great relationship, what's the fucking issue? And here's the thing, because I got into a little back and forth on Facebook about this. Because this guy was bringing up the body count shit. And basically he was trying to tell me, oh, if you don't ask about a woman's body count, then you just like fucking hoes, right? This is what he said to me, right? And I said, okay, I said, bet. I said, I got you. And I said, you just an insecure motherfucker. And I said, let me tell you how I know you are. I said, if you really cared about her past, you would get her credit report, nigga, before you got into a relationship with her. You would run a background check, nigga, and you will get a motherfucking STD test before you pull that condom off. Do your bitch ass do that? No. You just ask her how many niggas she fucked. You don't care about her past. You just care about how many dicks she had in her. You insecure motherfucker. See, here's the thing. When you're logical about why you want intel, if I say I want a credit report, I want to make sure this bitch ain't got no jail record. I want to make sure she ain't done no identity theft or nothing like that. That's logical, right? Me and my ex-wife, before we got married, I'm like, I need to see the STD, because we talked about having a family. Before the condom come off, before I skeet, we got to see the test, and before we cohabitate, I got to see the credit report. Here's my credit report. I got to see, right? So I'm doing that. Like I want to see paperwork. I'm not just asking bitches insecure questions. So how many niggas you fuck? Have you ever had a train ran on you? See, questions like that are not logical questions. These are I'm insecure about some shit questions. But
yeah, I was gonna say the addition you made to the story, Jay, about her saying when they got together, she only had 10. So that's something that I was thinking about the entire time, because I'm a firm believer that women only reflect and enhance, right? And what we need to understand about this whole body count like situation is that what men don't realize is that if women lie, they're lying because they're trying to uphold a vision of female chastity that men have created. You understand? Like men created this whole thing of, the purity and the virgin and the this and the that. And so women would feel the need to lie about that shit. That's why most women don't answer that question. You understand? And I don't understand. And when women see how insecure men are these days, especially, they lie even more about that shit. You understand? And so in this story, it's kind of interesting to me because I don't know if she knew he was in earshot. I don't know if I probably have to look at the video again, but if they was together for a while, I think she would know if he was insecure about that type of shit or not. And if she was to divulge that information, because everybody's focused on the number 42. If the man is insecure, the number don't really fucking matter. You understand what I'm saying?
Matter. Oh yeah, it could be one.
Exactly.
That one dude is going to be like a thorn in his brain.
Yeah, because this guy on the video talking about, oh, well, if it's 12, it's all right because we grown. Some guys, it don't fucking matter. Like every dude wants that the woman that they fucking is a virgin. That's what every dude wants to believe. Do you see what I'm saying? And it's just a ridiculous expectation that a lot of insecure men put on women. And I'm telling you, it is insecure and delusional. And the fact that we bring that to women, they are only going to reflect and enhance it. So this is why women lie about a lot of shit. This is why women feel a certain way about sex. This is why women treat men a certain way. This is why women respond to men a certain way. This is exactly why a woman can't just say that she's not interested in a man sexually, right? She has to be like, oh, well, maybe we could be friends, or because a woman knows that once she is honest and truthful, men pull back all their resources. You get what I'm saying? that in itself is a level of insecurity, because it's like, oh well, you don't like me, so fuck you, and I hate all women because every time I approach a woman, they tell me they got a boyfriend, or they tell me that they're not interested. You understand what I'm saying? So there's a lot of women out there that'll take your fucking number. You understand? And won't call you just because they're scared about how you might react in a given situation based on your insecurity about being quote unquote rejected and all this other shit. You understand? Male insecurity actually only imagine how insecure and how insecure females are already, right? And then putting male insecurity on top of female insecurity. And like I said, a woman only reflects and magnifies. You understand? And look, this is a lesson that I learned myself, because as a man, this is not the only way to show insecurity to your woman or to women. This body count conversation is not the only way a man shows insecurity. Insecurity comes in a lot of different forms. Every time you lie to a woman about anything, that's insecurity. Anytime you make some type of weird judgment on a woman, that's insecurity. Anytime you speak ill or any way like that, in a relationship or anything like that, or you commit a bad faith act, that's a form of insecurity. And what I'm trying to explain to you guys is that this is why, as men, I'm gonna say it like this: the reason why I created the masculine identity is because I'm the first fucking student of my school. Do you understand what I'm saying? That's the reason why I created the masculine identity. I am the first student of my school, because what I've learned over the years is that just even the littlest fucking thing you do as a man, and that could be considered a mistake. Yo, women, they take that shit and they fucking magnify it. And then, so when we look at women and these bitches are crazy, and why are women so insecure, and why are women this, and why are women that? Trust me, it's something that a man or you have done with or to that woman that bro, you know how fucked up this woman is going to be now? Imagine she had what she considered was a regular casual conversation with her sister or whatever, and her fucking boyfriend put her in the goddamn hospital and went to prison. Do you know what type of trauma that's going to be for the rest of her fucking life? She's never going to be honest to another man again. And then real quick, I'm gonna just end it here. And then what do you have? Okay, every man calling women lying ass bitches.
And now you know why they gotta lie. And real quick, shout out to Duke Lux for the $100 Norwegian Chrome, a coffee or two. I'm gonna get 3, bro. I'm gonna stretch it. That's what I do. So real quick, right? And this is what guys. Okay, what are we talking about? The price of insecure masculinity, how retroactive jealousy ruins men's lives and relationships. Real quick, guys, the call-in number is 1-844-672-7300. If you have a question, put a Q in the chat, followed by your question, right? So, let me say this. I want guys to understand.
And call in too, guys.
Shows up. And yeah, call in ASAP. Like we're not gonna be here all day. So how it usually shows up, guys, when we talk about retroactive jealousy or just being insecure, obsessing over a partner's past, right? Over, her or his, because women can be jealous too, or relationships, right? Meaning you're always asking, so how long were y'all together? So how long did y'all fuck? How many times y'all fuck a week? Bro, I've known guys who would ask chicks questions like that. Like, how many times were y'all fucking a week? And I'm like, bro, those are insecure questions. Comparing yourself to those people, feeling threatened by memories, photos, or old messages. Bro, I had an ex that was jealous over a picture of the mother of my oldest 2 children. I wasn't even in the picture. She was in the picture with the 2 kids. And I'm looking at her like, oh, I can't fuck with this bitch. You jealous over this picture, bitch? That I'm not even in, bitch? Right? So that type of shit. Asking repeated questions about past experiences, feeling less than or replaced in your imagination, intrusive thoughts about your partner's past intimacy. Emotionally, it often mixes insecurity, ego, and control. The guy in the video, the need to be in control. And someone said something about emotional safety. one of y'all said something about, I think it was you, yes.
Mm-hmm.
How can a guy feel emotionally secure? See, the problem with a lot of guys is y'all place such an emphasis on sex being super special that you project that onto women. So when you have sex with women that you are attracted to and you care about, you want the sex to be special between you and that woman. So when you hear that she has sex with all these other guys, you realize sex isn't special to her. She just letting all these niggas fuck her, right? So now you think she has no value because of that, but her real value isn't the sex. So I want any guy to answer this question. Take the number of casual partners a woman has had compared to the men that she's fallen head over heels in love with in her life. You probably, for every woman, they can count on one hand how many men they've actually fallen head over heels in love with. Although they can count on both hands and feet and other people's hands and feet how many sex partners they had. So my question to guys, what's her real value then? If she's letting more niggas fuck her than she's letting niggas get her heart, what's her real value then? Y'all got it.
Yeah.
I'm come at it a little bit different. You said something earlier in our show when we talked about trauma and how that women have trauma too. So this woman says 42, and everybody knows, I done said it before, I'm the type of person to ask these questions. I ask the questions, but I don't ask them to really know how many people you slept with. I already put a number higher than what you're going to say in my mind anyway. Like, it don't really matter to me. What matters is your mentality, and what matters is, are you mature enough to have these conversations openly? Because the sooner you become open with me, the sooner we can really start mentally going where I need you to be at. So I use the conversation of sex because it's so taboo to see about their mental mind state. I don't know how old this young lady is or this lady is, but when he heard 42 and if it bothered him, what better opportunity to ask her about her mind state when it came to this number? Because women have trauma too, and they handle it differently. So in this moment, he could take the time to ask about the mind state or what was happening. Now, I've come across some ladies who's like, yeah, I was between these college years, I was tossing it up. I was getting it in, right? Period. Like, I was enjoying it like you would enjoy it. And we all can understand, like, oh, okay. Shoot, because I don't know, a lot of people be like, I don't like hoes. I do. I like women that like what I like to do. And let's get to it. So I don't consider them a hoe, but hey, that's y'all. Somebody that's getting paid for the profession, that's something different. But if you're enjoying your life and enjoying it too and doing it safely, I'm all right with me. But at the same time, though, there's a difference between asking these questions for that instant instead of asking to put somebody down. And I think that, I asked for safety of self and mentality, but what better way at that moment where he could have got into her mind? And you talk about that third eye, and I know Steve the Dean always talk about, hey, how many giants is on him, right? That third one. What better moment where he could have took that and just like, come here, 42, I don't care about that. But what was you thinking? What was going on? Why do you think you let 42 cats, if it really bothered him, why do you think he let 42 cats hit so quickly? You know what I'm saying? Like, that could have been a conversation. That could have been a mature conversation that when he left, not only she would have felt a little bit better about, but man, you don't know the types when a woman really opens up and trusts her deep, dark secret and soul with you, the type of things that come from that is beautiful. These beautiful creatures, so I'm just letting y'all know, man, like, really think about why are you really asking the question, and really, why are you upset? There's a lot of dudes fake upset about the question because somebody else is upset about it.
Yeah. And what's really funny is that in their minds, say the number of guys that a woman has fucked is fairly high, like high taboo for them, right? It's like, oh my gosh, it's this big heavy thing, and that is just kind of stepping one toe into the threshold of darkness, right? The things that we keep in the shadow away from other people, right? The stuff that we keep as private information. And they think that's bad. They have no idea how thick that darkness gets with women. Okay. You have no idea. Like, you think just sleeping with a few guys is like this thing to be shocked about. You have
They're not going to share
fucking
everything
idea
with you. Women have deep
what they're capable of and what they're capable of thinking of.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
All right, we got a call 718. I think this is Moses. What's going on?
Hey man, what's going on? How you doing in the panel?
Chilling. What's going on, Moses? How you doing? What's your question there, buddy?
Yeah. No, listen, I have to call in to say, I'm just grateful for this game because today is my birthday.
All right.
Congrats.
Happy New Year.
All right. Yes, sir. Happy birthday, Moses. All right.
Can you turn stuff down in the background though?
Yeah, you can you get someplace quieter real quick?
Hello, can you hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you, but it's still stuff in the background. But go ahead. What's your question? Let's do it fast.
No. I just have to call in and say, since it's my birthday, it's just one thing to be grateful to have you guys as coaches because ain't nobody on YouTube teaching the game that y'all teaching, and that's the one thing I'm grateful about.
Yes, sir. Appreciate that.
Thanks for taking my call.
Yes, sir. Happy birthday and stay safe, brothers. Talk to you soon.
Happy birthday. Now go get some Born Day head. Yeah, go get some Born Day head, bro. Go get that. Go get that.
But yeah, man. This chick end up in the hospital, man. This is rough.
Yeah, I mean, he just could have took that moment and did so much. And like you say, man, these women have. I work with a place where I see a lot of the trauma that ladies go through.
Right.
And it's way more than you think, and it's way closer than people think.
The
amount of people that will raise their hand that's gone through some stuff. And it could be mothers, it could be sisters, it could be, aunts, it could be relatives that you wouldn't think because it's not something they talk about all the time.
Right.
But if you can have somebody really open up to you and talk to you, and I'm just, maybe those 42 people, she said, man, I really liked them. And I thought the way I could really hold on to them was sex. Okay.
I know a lot of chicks when they're younger.
Well, you know what?
When they're younger, they do that shit.
Yeah, you be like, well, baby, my love language is food. Like, you could open her mind to something totally different that would be appreciative and see you in a different light.
Yeah, but
I think that's the part that guys don't understand when you are responsible for yourself and understand yourself to a degree and what you like, and you see somebody next to you. Okay, well, let's break this down a little bit, and then that person is not molded, but they make that choice and understand like, hey, this is a different dude. And so when the guys on the panel or you see them on Sunday and they say, hey, we different dudes, that's what makes them different. The way they can break things down and have it understandable to you to say this, hey, if you stand next to me, this is what I like. Don't worry about all these simple stuff, these simpleton stuff. Because that's a simpleton stuff, like 42.
But Jay Roman, man, that's the thing, like, you're talking about an elite type of guy. You're talking about a way above average guy. What you're talking about takes confidence. It takes a certain level of masculinity, compassion. It takes mouth game. It takes practice. It takes a lot that the average guy doesn't possess. This is what the average guy does. And I would say this is below average because I think the average guy would just get upset and probably just argue about it, and just talk about it, or probably like, oh, I'm not talking. I'm give his girl the silent treatment for a couple of days or act like a little punk pussy dude. But this is way below average because he actually put his hands on her to the point where she's in the hospital and he's in prison. So way below average. You get what I'm saying? But what you're talking about is the type of stuff that we try to embody, and we also try to teach our clients. So it's an elite group of men that's really going to see that as an opportunity, right? And this is why in a masculine identity, I talk about gratitude so much and being able to see things as opportunities as opposed to, unfortunate events or whatever. The average dude is going to look at it like, oh, she fucked this amount of dudes. Oh, this is fucked up. And like the dude said in the video, if she fucked 42 dudes, that means you can't go nowhere. Fucked. It's like, really, bro? Like, you really think like that? Like, bro, it's crazy.
And my thing is this. we have real quick. We have no idea where those guys live at, where they're from, when it was, how long ago it was, and my thing is this: nobody's paying attention. Nigga, you're not even a blip on the radar. A lot of guys think they're more special than what they are. Like everybody's paying attention to your lowly ass. Like nobody cares about your life, bro. They got their own shit. Right now, let me also say this, and this is just what I've noticed in my own personal experiences. I could care less about a woman's sexual past. However, I love talking about mine to women. I do. I have no problem telling women, "Oh yeah, girl, I have threesomes. I have no problem talking about my shit." So what I've noticed is that when I talk about my shit, the floodgates open up, and women tell me a lot of shit. I've had multiple women tell me shit like married women who they cheated with they husband's brother. Right? I have multiple women tell me that shit. I had one chick tell me that she let her best friend's daddy eat her out in a hotel. You know, all kinds of shit. Right? So, but most guys will never hear that because women are looking at them like, I don't know if I can tell you that. But women look at me like, I can tell Carrie that because I come out talking about my shit. Right? I'm not ashamed. I show no shame. I've even told women, bro, and I'm not recommending this. I've even told women, yeah, I've cheated before. And guess what? These women still wanted to be in a relationship and to be married. Multiple women. After I told them, I cheated when I was younger. Yeah, I was a cheating motherfucker. Just like that. And they still wanted to get with me. But go ahead.
I told them I cheated on every person I've ever been with.
Moses,
and they still want to fuck with me.
And they still there. They still want to be there.
Hello, can you hear me now? It's much better. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you. Go ahead.
Yeah. I'm pretty. Like I said, it was my birthday today, and one thing about every day when it's my birthday is something to be grateful about. There's people that didn't wake up this morning, but I was able to.
Facts.
And that's one thing I'm grateful about. I'm grateful for the game, and grateful for, even though I'm gonna be real bold here. Like every chick I had on my roster, they fell off. So right now I'm down to 0 bitches. You understand? And I'm not scared to say it. I said it. That's right.
It happens.
But guess what? I'm grateful. I'm grateful to go out and approach more women right now.
Right.
So that's one thing to be grateful about. My birthday. So thanks for taking my call, and I'm also grateful for my guys coaches. Because there ain't too many guys on YouTube preaching the game that you preaching.
Facts. All right. Appreciate you, Moses.
Thanks for taking my call, man.
Sorry, Moses, hold on, Moses, before you go. Moses, before you go, hold on. You there? You still there?
He's still there.
You still there?
He's still there.
Yeah, you know how they be wearing all them little dollars on them and shit for their birthday? Yeah, you should have like a t-shirt that says $1 or a kiss. You know what I'm saying? For the women. $1 or a kiss. You know what I'm saying? It's my birthday.
Yeah.
All right, Moses.
You said be bold.
I got you.
All right. Yep. All right, guys, call in.
All right, cool.
844-672-7300. 844-672-7300. Go ahead and call in, guys. If y'all don't call in and we run out of questions, we will end the show early because it is what it is. So make sure y'all call in. Let's get it.
Exactly. And I'm still irritated that I can't see my Hurricanes play. So I feel some kind of way. All right. Unless a woman is a porn star, unless she's a sex worker, unless she's straight up honest, a guy will never know her body counts or white hair. In fact, I want a woman with experience. Thoughts? Well, here's my thing. And shout out to 50 because 50 and I agree. Now, this was my previous thoughts. You know what I'm saying? Because now I don't do the monogamy thing, the marriage thing. I done tried that. I'm done with that. The cohabitation shit. Miles, I'm on your shit. I'm not living with no chick. Four chicks. That's enough. I've done all that. I've done the nuclear family, picking up kids from school and driving. No, nigga. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, I pick them up, but I don't drop them off, right? But my point is this: if you're the type of guy where you believe in monogamy and social exclusivity, my thing is, if she's not on video anywhere where everybody is seeing it, why? There's no proof. There's nothing. You know what I'm saying? So what you guys need to stop doing is taking women's word for. Guys, don't believe women. And it's not to say that they're lying to you, although they could be. Don't believe women. Just don't believe them. At the end of the day, Miles, and you say it all the time, when you guys have sex, is the fit right? Does it fit snug like you like it? Does she respond to your touch? Does she respond to you sexually like you like? If she does, what's the fucking problem?
Does she respect you?
Yeah, and that's the most important thing right there. Does she respect you?
Yep.
Because, yo, man, if guys, if a chick is doing exactly what you need her to do, she's reliable, dependable, consistent, and she got your back, and y'all have great, enjoyable sex, and she respects you, what's the problem?
There is none.
Why would you be upset at her past?
I think guys really have like a hero thing going on. Like they want to feel like that they're the only one to have sex with her, to show her something, to show her the world, to show her about a man, and that sort of stuff. So then when it gets revealed that she has experience with the world, she has experience with men, she's got experience with sex, that he doesn't stand out. Right. And this is, I think, one of the main reasons why guys would prefer a low body count or even a virgin. Okay. Because she doesn't know any better. She can't compare. She has no palate. You know what I'm saying? Like you go to like a foodie, they've got a well-developed palate. They know the difference between
what they like and don't like.
A 3-star Michelin and a 4-star Michelin. They know the difference, just by tasting it and smelling it just a little bit. And they don't want that. They don't want a woman who's got a developed palate, because then she'll know whether he knows what he's doing or not. I think that's really what their main concern is, and then they'll back it up they'll cover it with like a plausible excuse. And they'll say, well, she's going to bring a lot of trauma because she's had a lot of partners. A girl who has less experience with men is likely to have less trauma. And, I could agree with that to some degree. I've been with women who have had only one guy versus women who've had many guys. And yeah, there is that chance, but it's not a guarantee. And it still doesn't guarantee that she's going to like you, respect you, and want to fuck you.
Thanks.
So a couple of things. So you can have a woman who's had a low count, and the reason why her count is low is because something happened when she was a kid, and she doesn't like to be touched. That could be a reason. That's why. Look, I remember on my old channel, we had me and two of my partners I went to high school with. We had 3 chicks, and if I can find that video, I got to repost it on this channel. We had 3 chicks on the channel, and all of them had been either, molested or sexually assaulted as women. Some of them multiple times, right? So when guys talk about trauma, that's trauma. Trauma is not a woman having orgasm after orgasm on a random guy's dick. That's not trauma, right? So if women are having enjoyable sex, that's not traumatic. Now, is she having sex to try and get something emotional from it? Then something is wrong with that, right? But if women are having sex just for the sheer enjoyment of, he's sexy, I'm horny, boom, completely different, right? Now, my thing to guys would be this. Just because women haven't had a lot of sex, don't think they don't know what they want. Okay, let me explain what I mean. I did a video a few years back, and it was an article that I read on ebony.com, and it was a 27-year-old woman who was a virgin, right? So she didn't have sex until, and I talked about this before, she didn't have sex until the day she was married. So she had sex, she couldn't have an orgasm. Most guys might be like, well, why would she even know anything about an orgasm because it's her first time having sex? This is what guys don't understand. Just because a woman isn't actively fucking, you don't think she has girlfriends, female family members, female co-workers that tell her about the sex they're having, the type of orgasms they're having, the size of men's penises. She knows what's going on out there. So when she had sex, she wasn't comparing him to other guys. She was comparing him to what she heard about sex. So when she didn't have that orgasm, right, a year later, he still couldn't make her bust. So she started playing with herself. Now she could come. He couldn't make her do it. right? So just because women haven't had experience actually fucking does not mean they don't understand what bad sex looks and feels like.
Yep. Guys, go ahead and call in. The number 844-672-7300, 844-672-7300. You know, I think it's kind of disappointing that a lot of guys can't realize that whatever you're dating now, right? Whatever you're experiencing with and from a person right now is a sum total of the experiences that they've had in their life, right? So my only question is the sex good between you and I? That's my only question.
Yes.
I would never ask body, because body count, experiences, how many guys, how many orgies, how many this, how many that. All I need to know, if I do have a question, is like somebody mentioned before, we get the STD panel, and then then the next thing is the sex good between you and I? Those are the only two things I need to know. Because from there we could do anything. From there we could do anything, because number one, we're healthy, and number two, the chemistry between us is perfect. And like I'm saying, if I am grateful for the chemistry between us, and I am grateful for the healthy like physical sex that we actually have, then I have to be grateful for all your experiences that brought you here.
Remember what's his name? Exhibit song. Exhibit had a song that, you started naming off all these names, and he goes, those experiences makes this better. Because all these experiences. I do want to add, though, there are levels to asking depending on where the relationship is going. Right. So, you're not going to sit down and be like, hey, let me, here's the light. Let me shine it on you, and let me answer all these questions I got. That's not it on day one or nothing. But if you see yourself progressing, you got to ask some questions for that. I never forget this young lady told me, she said, hey, because we had this conversation and I was open and she was open. And she says, okay, well, yeah, that's a lot for me to take. Just don't have me in a room without telling me if there's somebody in the room. And I'm like, why? Like, why does it matter? And she goes, well, I just don't want to be friends with anybody that I know y'all got some sort of history with. And so we was in a room, and I was like, okay, that person, and that person, that person, and that person. And she turns to me, she goes, oh, you were a slower. Right. And I was like, yeah, I had a good time. I enjoyed it. Did it change our relationship? Not at all.
Right.
Not one bit. And I say that because, like, you have to understand that the capacity of these ladies and the things they have done, if you're able to get them open to know and to enjoy your interaction, is way more better than sitting there just judging and doing these, oh, you this, you're that. I can't believe you did this. I can't. You sure you can't believe it? Because you did it with somebody.
Right.
and that person is with somebody.
Jay Roman on some real shit. Jay Roman on some real shit. Okay, and this is just something that was told to me. Sometimes, once a woman, in conjunction with the fact that y'all have great sexual chemistry and you doing whatever you're doing in bed with her, in conjunction with the fact that, like you said, you point out, she can see why. Because of what you do to her, she can see why. And low key, sometimes that kind of turns them on a little bit, because they wonder what it's like for you. Like, does he do that to them, what he do to me? I would like to see that. Not like I would really like to see it, but almost on some fantasy type shit. Because I've had a woman tell me one time, I would like to be a fly on the wall if you fucking other chick like you fucking me. That kind of shit. So sometimes that pop up too.
Yep.
I used to know somebody that liked to be the fly on the wall.
You know, this conversation.
It was very interesting.
This conversation, I think it has a lot to do with a lot of guys' issues with dating single mothers, right? Because when a woman especially when a woman has multiple baby fathers. It's like the guy is already counting. He's like, well, I know for sure at least one. I know for sure at least two. You know, how many baby fathers you got? I know for sure at least this dude. And on top of that, he did it raw and put something inside you, and not only use your vagina, but use your womb. So it's like in their mind, the count is already there. And not only the count, but the kid count, the experience count. And again, my thing, look, I have to appreciate things about, like, if I say that I like somebody, if I say that I enjoy I enjoy someone's company, I have to appreciate what they've been through. I have to appreciate what they've been through. And it's just disappointing that so many dudes look at a person's experiences and then automatically count them as a negative. So much so that you would allow that negative perception to have a negative effect on your life. So critically. Like, this is really bad, guys. Like, to end up in jail as a result of this, like, he damn near killed. He damn near killed.
Made a different decision.
Yeah,
it's crazy, man.
And that ties into something that I always add.
Let me add this.
Go ahead.
Hold on, real quick, Justin. Real quick, my bad. Real quick, let me add this. Let me just add this, and I'll pass it to you because I know there's a delay, so we're kind of talking over each other. Let me add this real quick. For guys that don't know, if you have an assault like that on your record, that can adversely affect you getting a job, renting apartments. Bro, you fucked up your life. Go ahead.
It's intent to murder with a great bodily harm.
Yeah.
Like that's not a little thing.
Right. No, not at all. So I was there's something that I tell my guys, and there's this famous quote that's often attributed to Oscar Wilde, but he never said it. It was a playwright, but I keep forgetting his name, where the person said, everything's about sex except sex, and sex is about power. And so when guys are having sex, they're actually having an emotional, they're exercising an emotional thing. Right? They're not just having sex purely from an objective physical standpoint, right? They're almost always involving their emotions. And this is where they get caught up because they have the shit that I was kind of like mentioning before, the insecurities and stuff and the ties into like what this means for them. So there's like this emotional meaning behind it. So that if they get denied sex, it really fucking hurts their feelings. They get pissed off. They feel rejected. They feel like trash, and then they can lash out, right? Or if they get dumped and she's like, hey, I don't want to be with you. I want to be with that guy over there. That says something like, oh, I'm not good enough, right? My sex wasn't good enough. And that's where his connection lies. They have the sex and this is their opportunity to feel of value, right? And then when that's felt valueless, it kind of crumbles their identity, which is already weak. You know what I'm saying? And something was coming in like into my head, when someone hears a number, right? Like I wonder, like, why keep her around? Okay. To talk about, oh, you had 42 or you had 12 or you had 60, 65, whatever. They want to sit around and like butt heads and further interrogate the woman. Why not just, if that bothers you and that's against one of your codes, just leave, just cut it off.
Yeah.
At that moment, say, oh, you know what? That sucks because that's really not in alignment with what I care about, with my values. I'm going to have to leave you where I found you.
Right.
And that's it. But they don't. They stick around to kind of churn that shit. They stir the shit pot, but for no reason. You know what I'm saying? So that makes me think that there's other things happening, like behind the curtain. You know what I'm saying? Where they're trying to exercise like old shit that's related to treachery, not being good enough, not being seen, being unaccepted, being rejected, like all that shit. You know what I'm saying? It's like, that's the opportunity because that's a surface level thing in real time now that's triggering all that old shit. And then all that old shit comes flooding forth in that, like that opportunity of situation. And it did nothing to do with that shit. And so it's like, if that's really against what your values are, you just walk. That like you would with anything else in life. You see somebody like, you're like, hey, what you doing? They're like, hey, you know what? I'm going to go steal some cars. You want to come? You're like, well, no, actually, it's not in alignment with my values. So no, I'll pass. You know what I'm saying? You don't get into the situation and
quick,
start
gentlemen.
arguing with them about fucking stealing cars. You just don't fucking do it.
Right.
No.
Yeah, go ahead, Kate.
Okay. Real quick, fellas, let me get the super chat. Let me get the super chat. So Alpha, the first one, all this shit. For the 5, he says, generally speaking, men prefer debt-free virgins without tattoos over blown-out street meat. Guys, it doesn't matter what you prefer. It doesn't matter. So here's the thing, and this is what's funny,
they're
right?
lying.
First of
though.
all,
This dude is
debt-free. Okay. Well, number one. See, nobody's talking about tattoos, right? And he says blown out street meat, right? He says debt free. Okay, cool, nothing wrong with that. Virgins. This is what I find funny. If you are a teenager in high school, that's the most virgins you're ever going to be around in that age bracket, right? Once you get into your 20s and 30s and beyond, how many virgins do you think you're going to be around? So if you're the type of guy who couldn't get no virgin at the age of 18, what makes you think you can get them at 38? This is how unrealistic guys are. So if women didn't want to give you their virginity then, they're not going to want to give it to you now. Okay, let me just say this real quick. Right? Let's talk about this count thing, because Miles, you said earlier the guy was talking about 12. Oh man, if it was 12, I can see that. See, this is what it really is. This is what guys are really doing on some deeper psychological shit. They're saying if it's a low number, it's more likely that each sexual act was meaningful, meaning a boyfriend or a man she dated for a while. But once you start to get into the double digits, the 20s, 30s, now they're saying, oh, you had a whole lot of casual sex. That's why I think the number for them is important, because then they can try and cope with it and say, okay, if it's 4 or 5, maybe they were all meaningful. Or maybe you had like 1 or 2 casual sex encounters. So they're trying to cope with that, with the fact that their woman is out here fucking at a hurried pace. And my thing is, most of the women, guys, you deal with, they're going to have a whole lot of sex partners. They just will, right? So my thing to you guys, and I think all you guys said it, you can talk about your past, but talk about your past for a reason beyond, because this is what guys try and do. Let me try and get intel to disqualify her. No, why not talk about your shit? Because this is a woman that you feel like, you know what, there's some potential here. But before we go any further, let's put everything, all of us, because guys, if you're asking about a woman's sexual past, tell her about yours. Tell her about the time you got burnt 10 years ago and it got cured. I mean, if you're gonna talk about sexual past, talk about it all. This is what guys want to do. They just want to talk about the shit.
Half these dudes is lying. They're lying. Really, they ain't really. Half the dudes aren't really concerned about her past at all. They're more concerned about the perception of their friends, their buddies, or other men finding out they're with somebody that might have been with other people and men. He talks about tattoos or whatever, but that'd be the same person he's staring at walking down the street with her outfit on, you know, that he's trying to talk to or trying to get. If there was a woman that came into town that looked bad, that was a 10 out of 10 to them, and walked her walk and talked her talk, and he talked to her, and she goes, you know, I come from small island, you know, I know nobody here. I used to be a hoe there, a real one that used to get paid for my acts. I don't want that life anymore. They probably would be with her. Just don't tell anybody this, okay?
Right.
I understand you turned over a new leaf. You know, you just want to be with me? Yes, I just want to be with you. Okay. Okay, don't tell anybody this, though. Don't tell anybody about your past anymore or whatever. They would probably be with her. They're always so concerned about what other people think about their woman,
right,
that they don't even have a conversation to see what she thinks about being your woman. It's about what other people are. Oh, you know, she used to go to this high school and she used to be tossing it up. 20 years ago, I remember her. My friend's friend said that she was at this party and had a good time. Oh, I can't be with her no more, man. That's street meat. It's the same street meat that you're staring at, looking at, and trying to get at, and trying to have intercourse with. But all of a sudden now it's oh, I wouldn't want that. I want that. Now, when you said debt free, I was like, yeah, that's a good one right there. Virgin, if you really took a virgin's virginity, yeah, I don't know if anybody wants to really go do that again. All right. So for cats that really, you know, I don't know. I don't want to do that no more. Without tattoos, like, come on, really? A tattoo stopping you? Like, do you have a tattoo? Are you against tattoos? Did you really disqualify all women you talk to, no matter what their sexual encounters were, because she had a tattoo? If she says, "Hey, I'm a virgin, but look at my dope sleeve," oh, I can't talk to you no more. That's not the case. Dudes aren't really doing this.
Right.
It's nice to say, it's nice to join the club, but we see them too many times walking down the street, talking and gawking at women that they say they would not prefer.
Yeah. I don't know. I think that my biggest issue with this is just the generally speaking men, or like for men, don't speak for other men. Just speak for yourself.
Speak for yourself.
Want a virgin, stand on that. If you don't want a woman who's marked up with tattoos, stand on that. If you don't want a woman who is, what do you call them, like street meat, debt free, okay, that's yours, right? But don't speak for other men. Other guys, they could give a fuck about her debt. They could give a fuck about her virginity. They could give a fuck about her tattoos. Men are entitled to have their individual preferences, and you don't have the right to speak on them for them. Okay. Whether you're right or not, it doesn't even matter. Just speak for yourself. Even if you're correct in saying, generally speaking, men prefer, who gives a fuck, right? Just speak for yourself, you know?
Exactly. So, and let me just, because a lot of guys, this is what they do. They act like their dating woes are shared by every other man on the planet.
Right.
No, not every man has the same problems you have. Not every man has the same hangups and insecurities and low self-esteem and lack of confidence issues that you have. No, there are men out here who have no problem dating the women that they want to deal with, who aren't insecure, who aren't jealous, who aren't worried about that. And let me just say this about tattoos. Now, me personally, I don't have a problem with women with tattoos here and there. I'm not cool with the chick whole body being covered up. But the problem with a lot of guys with the whole tattoo thing, they think a woman having tattoos is associated with her being like a slut or something. No, bro. She like tattoos. So fucking what? You know what I'm saying? But this is what guys do. See, let me explain what I mean. Because guys are so insecure about a woman's body count and they can't tell, right? They start to go to things that might clue them in that she's loose.
Disqualify them.
She got a lot of tattoos. She has weird piercings, right? They say these stupid things to come up with. She must be a hoe if she drinks 2 shots in one night. Like stupid shit, because they're so worried about. Again, and let me put this back up there real quick. Hold on, I'll pass it to you. Let me just finish my little diatribe. Again, no, not that one. This one right here. For many men, it ties deeply to identity, masculinity, and sexual ego. The need to feel like I'm the first guy. I'm the biggest dick she's ever had. No guy made her come like me. Like, these are all the things that guys want. I want to be the best lover. I want to be the guy where she says, no guy has ever made me fall in love more than you. Guys want to be the best everything for a bitch. They want to be the best and the first. Bro, what world are you living in? What world?
And you know what? And you know what that says? You know what that says, Zagan? That says I want to feel a certain way. That's what it is. He's like, I want to get involved with a woman, and I want to feel a certain way, so that, again, like I said before, so I can feel safe. I feel safe if I feel like I'm the best. I feel safe if I feel like I'm number one. You know what I'm saying? After this call, I got something about tattoos.
All right, we got 201. 201, you are on live with the Manhood is a Skill Set show. Name, age, city. How can we help you?
Hey, what's going on, guys? My name is Don, age 28, and from Jersey City.
All right, what's going on, Don? What's your question there, buddy?
Yeah, I want to ask y'all, right? Because I know, Miles, you was talking about in one of your short videos, you was like, how you have to be in this, correct me if I'm wrong, you was like, you got to be in this certain mode and move, like what Ron Wills mentioned, he said like a wolf mode. It's before you like approach a woman, you know, it's good to be like that when you be around women, right? And I want to ask, right? Do you feel like a guy, not talking about me, but a guy can really be scared to approach a woman if he's feeling like that? Like, say like he horny, he see a girl he really want to smash, you feel that a guy can actually, you guys feel that a guy can actually be scared to, make that move happen?
Are you scared?
No, not me.
Okay, so why worry about what other men are feeling?
Well, let's talk about you. What's up with you?
I'm gonna bring it to me because it's been times where like I be in the mood. When I'm not in the mood, I see something that like I'd be like, I smash that, but I don't make a move because it's like I'm not that beat. But when I'm in the mood, it's a different breed.
Wait, you said you're not that weak?
No, I said it's a different breed. It's a different breed.
I think what he's I think what you're saying is that like when you're in the mood to fuck, maybe just testosterone's feeling high or whatever, maybe you're having a great day, then you're more inclined to approach women. But then other times, when you're not in the mood, you don't have the inclination to approach women. Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Okay. So that's the ebb and flow of your brain chemistry and your hormones. Not a big deal.
Hey guys, I'm not talking about no other guy. I'm just it's like referring to me, but I'm just saying like in general.
No, caller, real quick. Hold on, caller, real quick. Hold on, real quick. Let me say this. I think I don't want to use the word dangerous. I think a lot of times when you only approach women when you're horny, that energy comes out in your interactions as needy and desperate because you're horny.
Okay.
And I don't think guys understand the power of how you're moving, the power of your emotions and your energy because you're in heat, you're horny. So my thing is, why not just talk to women you are attracted to? You don't gotta fuck them to. But what's that noise in the background, bro? You drilling something, nigga? You making something? What's good with you?
I just got off. They drilling and whatnot.
You building a shelf over there? Okay. All right. So real quick, my brother. Real quick. Okay, real quick. No, real quick. So what happened? So I'll just use myself as an example. I don't have to be horny to talk to a woman that's visually appealing to me. Right? I don't have to want to fuck her right now, right? So I can talk to her, have a very pleasant conversation, a very purposeful conversation, hit her with the dish, and I can fuck her later when I am horny. It's kind of like when I go grocery shopping, I'm not trying to eat all the food tonight, nigga. I'm trying to put some away for later. I might get hungry a week from now. Same thing with a chick. I'm not horny right now, but I might be horny in 72 hours. She could be the one that fixed that for me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's a really good point, Kay. Great point.
Guys, not to cut you off, Miles, but I feel this is what Steve the Dean he was talking about. You guys, he said he's drunk off himself, and now for liquor, he's drunk off himself. To where like everything just flows naturally, like you just said, Kay, you don't got to feel horny, this and that. I feel that's what you meant, right? When you say being drunk off himself, where everything flows naturally, not just with women, but like his life in general. Right?
Yeah, drunk off self isn't being horny. Actually, you should have command of your lust. I'm not saying it should be killed, but it should be like a well-trained dog where you say sit and it fucking sits. You say attack, it attacks. You tell it to roll over, it rolls over. Like you should not be ruled by your impulses because when you are, that makes you submissive to women. That makes you submissive to pussy. That makes you submissive to all that shit. Okay. So a man shouldn't be governed by any of his impulses. And this is what allows him to rise up above the level of being an animal and into something more sophisticated.
Right.
And I don't think Steve the Dean was saying it in that nature.
No, he wasn't.
That caller. I think he was talking about energy, and no matter what you're doing in life, there should be a certain amount of energy that flows through you, where because you have built a certain life for yourself, that you can't be nothing but energetic for your life.
Right.
Like when I was saying when I first hopped on the show, that when I wake up, it's go. I'm ready to go. There's nothing else that's gonna bring me down but my own self. So I'm good to go, period. And when I want to talk to somebody, I talk to them because I want to talk to them. I don't need a drink. I don't need, no horniness. I don't need anything like that. I just need me. Because that's what I'm portraying out there. And I think that's more of what he's kind of referring to, is that you shouldn't need any extra, what we used to call it liquid courage, to do something. You should be able just to do it on the fact that, hey,
that's what I'm saying.
It's an honor for her to get to know me.
Right.
Like, I don't even know if she'll survive my program.
Yeah.
Let it begin. So,
I want
fellas, I gotta go. Sorry for interrupting their mouths. Hope you, you know what I'm saying? But enjoy the rest of the show, everybody. Appreciate it always, Zach.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you too, man.
All right, Jay.
So I just have a question, caller, because in the beginning, when you asked a question, you asked about fear. You asked about being afraid to talk to women. Why did you bring that up? And like, why was that a question for you? Because you said you weren't afraid and you weren't really talking about other guys. So why did you bring that up?
Okay, I'm gonna say this. So, like I said, what was it feeling like? Like ready to go. You know what I'm saying?
Wait. Hold on. Are you moving your phone around? Because you sound okay in one moment and then you sound
outside. Yeah, outside.
Keep the phone one way from me, please.
Like you hear me now?
Yeah. Go ahead. Keep it like that.
So it's basically like if I'm not, feeling like, what I'm saying, like fucking anything, like fucking women, like interacting, like not interacting, like what I'm saying, like ready to go and like fucking what you call it, and I see one, I'll just be like, maybe say hi, this and that, but I won't be in the mode to where like I'll lead to anything. Not necessarily fear. That's basically what I was talking about.
Okay. All right. Well, see, say what you mean. You understand? Words mean things. Okay.
Yeah.
So if you go and take the time to ask a question and, you coming on here for help or whatever, like be honest and say what you mean. You understand? So, or at least if you're having trouble articulating it, then give an explanation like that at the beginning, because again, we have to be careful because fear is fear. You understand? And if you're talking about fear, then that's going to be, that's going to be what we focus on. You understand? And when I say that, it's also what you focus on subconsciously as well. So you got to be careful with the words you use and how you articulate your thoughts and feelings. You get what I'm saying?
Gotcha. All right.
Sure.
Appreciate that.
And to add to that, Miles, with regards to fear, God damn it. I was just going to say that real quick. The path to manhood is really paved on robust honesty.
Mm-hmm.
You cannot become a man if you lie to yourself or if you lie to other people.
Facts.
You have to be honest. And it's not easy. That pathway, it's not smooth. It's not pleasant, but that is the path. That is what all the stones in the ground. That's what the pathway of manhood is like.
Yeah. So let me share a personal story, and I don't know if I ever shared this online, because I'll be talking about a bunch of shit I probably shouldn't be talking about. But let me share the story. So the mother of my oldest two children, right? When we first met, maybe a few months into us meeting, at the time I was maybe 20, 21. She was like 19 or some shit. So one day, a couple of dudes that I had befriended and became cool with over a period of months, I was hanging with them one night. So we were out, out on the town here in San Antonio, and she was with her girlfriends. So she hit me up. This is back when they had pages and shit like that. And I said, yo, I'm with some of my boys. If you with some of your girls, why don't y'all meet us over here? Boom. So when we meet up, I'm introducing her. This is before her and I had kids. We weren't living together. We didn't have kids. We were just getting to know each other at this point. We were guest dating. You can say that. So as I go to introduce her to one of the dudes, there was a funny energy between them, right? So I'm looking at them, right? And I'm like, y'all good? Right? And both of them admitted, yeah, we met before, we know each other. And I'm like, all right. So they was trying to explain to me, and I'm like, look, y'all met before I even knew her or knew you. I didn't know either one of y'all when y'all met, right? And then it was like, well, we didn't fuck, it was just this. And I'm like, I don't care what it was. I'm like, I didn't know either one of y'all. I'm not holding that against y'all. Right? I'm cool with it. I ain't tripping. So the point is, even though I knew that she had met this nigga before, that didn't stop me from making her my girl. That didn't stop me from having a family with her. We were together for 7 years for the most part, on and off. But that didn't stop me because I wasn't insecure about what may or may not have happened with her and this nigga. Y'all got it.
Gotcha. Okay.
All right, caller. Any other questions? Anything else?
That's it. That was it.
All right, bro. Appreciate you, brother. Take it easy. Thanks for calling in. Thanks for supporting the show. All right, guys. Make sure y'all call in 844-672-7300. 844-672-7300. We got your host KZad, we got Mr. Justin, we got Miles. So guys, call in. You got 3 coaches on the panel right now. Go ahead and call in. Let's get these questions going before we get up out of here. We got about 15 minutes left. So make sure you guys take the opportunity. Go ahead and call in.
All right, and let me say, shout out to Super Chat. Dominic Wilson with the 20 says, being a virgin doesn't mean a better woman. All women have been virgins before. Yeah, I agree. See, a lot of guys, they think her sexual past is tied to her character. And I'm like, who told you that lie? Bro, a woman's lack of desire to have sex could be, because I've had women tell me they didn't want to have sex because they was afraid they was going to get pregnant. That was their reason. Or they was afraid of STDs. They were definitely afraid of STDs. And that was their reason for not wanting to have sex. It was nothing that all these other guys say. So a lot of guys think that, if she hasn't had a whole lot of sex, that means she's virtuous. Now, it could be that she views sex a certain way and she prefers to be in a relationship or have some type of profound connection. It could be that. The problem with guys is you don't know. You really don't know which one it is. And women are very adept and very good at being chameleons and showing you what they need to show you for you to feel emotionally safe. And this is what guys don't understand. Guys, women know that men are more insecure about sex than women are. Period. Women know this already. Sure. Women know that men in general, just men in general, or really males, hold sex in this lofty, pedestalized, ornamental way. They know you view sex that way. So because women know, it's like this. If you have an enemy, and I'm not saying women are our enemies, but if you have an enemy and you know their weakness, you can fuck them up over and over again.
You can
and that's
exploit
your
them.
weakness. You can exploit them. Your sexual ego, and this is what guys don't understand. Part of the problem that a lot of you guys have in your dating life is tied to your sexual ego. Y'all better stop that shit. It's hurting you, bro.
Yeah, I mean, like, their woman could be a virgin and be a fucking cunt. So and she could have a number of partners, and she could be completely kind and generous and easygoing.
Yep, and respectful. Yep. 602. You're on live with the Manhood is a Skill Set Show. Name, age, city. How can we help you?
Yes, this is Frank, Arizona, 41.
All right, go ahead, Frank.
Shout out to the panel. I have a question.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you.
Yeah. So I was wondering because I was listening to the show, I think just maybe yesterday or the day before, where Lacari has said that if you don't look good, you have no game. So I was wondering, so if I just don't feel like working out no more and I'm just being lazy, does that mean I lost my game?
Well, no. So you have to. It's about self-perception. It's about self-perception. It's not about going to the gym, right? It's about you having an understanding with yourself that you should or that you want to go to the gym, but you're just being lazy or inconsistent. Right. And so it's not about the gym. It's about the promises that you make to yourself. And when you keep the promises that you make to yourself, it is an indicator that you love yourself. And the energy that comes from loving yourself is what allows you to look good when you interact with other people, because there's a certain level of inner confidence and love and energy that comes from that. But when you sit on your ass and you know you're being lazy and you know that you should go to the gym, whether it's to keep you healthy or to maintain a certain physique, if you don't do it when you already promised yourself that you would, and you know for a fact that it's better for you and that it's something that when you do it, it benefits you, and you don't do it, that means you're showing a lack of love. You're showing a lack of love to yourself. You're showing hate to yourself. And that's the real issue. So that's what Lucario was saying. He was saying, if I don't do what I need to do for myself to look good, meaning that I look good to myself first, if I don't do that first, then none of the rest matters. That's what he was really saying.
Yeah. And you can extend
So,
that to your
Caller,
clothing.
let me ask you a question.
So it could be like,
Yeah.
you could extend to your clothing. Like, I don't feel like dressing well. I'm gonna wear the t-shirt with the fucking coffee stains on it and the mustard stains on it and the sweat stains in the pits. It hasn't been washed in a while. Or your grooming. You know what? Fuck brushing my teeth. I don't feel like doing that. You know what I mean? Like, so really it's all about, it's a reflection of the discipline that you have to
How you
care
feel about
for
yourself.
Yeah.
to care and maintain for yourself. Because here's the thing, life is all about maintenance.
Fact.
Everything. You let things sit and they corrode. That's just the nature of existence. You let it sit, that's entropy, right? It corrodes. So you need to take care of that shit. So the thing is that
I know there's a delay. Real quick, there's a delay.
Well, hey, hang on a second, Zach. So the discipline, exercising discipline, is a form of self-love. Like, if you cannot be disciplined with yourself, it means I don't really care so much about me.
Yeah.
And then you expect others to care about you. That's weird. Go ahead, Zach.
Now that makes sense. That does make sense. Okay.
So, let me say this. Okay, caller, let me ask you a question. Are you real comfortable when you stay at home? You real comfy? You don't have to brush your teeth. You can just lay in your pajama pants. You real comfortable when you stay at home?
Yes.
It's a real question. Are you real comfortable? Are you real comfy? You snug? Well, being comfortable is a beautiful place to be, but no, you're not growing and you're not evolving.
Right.
Okay, I need you to understand that. You're not growing and you're not evolving. Okay, here's the thing.
Okay.
I don't really necessarily agree with depression unless you're talking about clinically depressed, and that's something that you're usually diagnosed with. But I do know that one of the symptoms of depression is things you used to take an interest in, you no longer take an interest in. So yeah, I am zagging Dukalux. So what's happening in your life where your self-esteem has taken a hit, where you no longer find interest in the things you once found interest in?
No, I guess going through a divorce. I just don't feel like since my wife gone.
You see now we see. You see.
So
You're
that means
depressed over a woman. But go ahead, Miles.
Yeah, thanks. So what you're exhibiting is, you're basically saying that you were only taking care of yourself for your wife. You weren't taking care of yourself for yourself. You understand that?
Right. Mm-hmm.
And that's the disappointing part. That's the part that's disappointing, because I want to tell you that and we could probably talk a little bit more if you set up a consultation or whatever, but these are the type of things that cause marriages to fail. When the man thinks he was doing shit for the woman, or thinks that he was doing shit for his wife. You understand? Because when you, as a human being, it's a psychological thing that a lot of us don't realize, right? That everything in life is selfish. Everything in life is selfish. Once you say that I'm doing this for my wife, I'm working out for my wife, you're fucking lying. It's a lie.
Mm-hmm.
I work hard to make this money for my family. I go hard to make money for my wife. It's a lie. Everything that we do
all the time. You're right.
Everything you used to say that. You see, I didn't even know that. We didn't even have a discussion, right? So I want you to understand this. I want you to understand this. Listen. I want you to understand this. A lot of people would say that Mother Teresa or somebody like Gandhi or whatever, any one of those people were the most selfless people on the planet. I want to tell you that that's incorrect. Mother Teresa was a selfish person as much as anyone else. But here's the thing: we all have different identities, and all of us have different self-interests. Now, it just so happens that helping other people is what made Mother Teresa feel good, and she indulged herself in selfish efforts her entire life. That's all it was.
For adoration and adulation.
Exactly.
Okay,
you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
All right, look, a lot of people would say, Miles, Lucario, K-Zag, Mr. Justin, they give so much free game. And they're really helping us, and they're doing it for us. understand, we are all here because we want to be, because we enjoy what we do. Do you understand?
Right, okay.
The fact that anyone gets a benefit of the game that we spit or anything that we say on these shows, it's a blessing, but it's icing on the cake. The true actual cake is our identities. The fact that we like having discussions about this shit. Like, we like talking. Like, I remember before K-Zag even started his YouTube channel, we used to have conversations. I remember when me and Lucario was in Houston, we called up K-Zag just to ask him about where the hot spots was, and then we ended up talking and having conversations about game and all that other shit. Do you understand? Where a lot of the conversations that we have in private sound a lot like the conversations that we have on the YouTube lives and so on and so forth. You see what I'm saying? So what I'm explaining to you is that the reason why we've been so consistent and the reason why we have the clients that we have is first and foremost because we are true to who we are first. We don't do this for y'all. We do this for ourselves, and then y'all benefit as a secondary result. Do you understand that? As a subsequent result. Yeah. And so the truth of it is that if you are with a woman, if you're with a wife, you must be inspired. You must be disciplined to do these things for yourself, and then your wife benefits as a subsequent result. Not that you're doing things. Look, understand this. The reason why you met your wife and she was attracted to you is because you dressed a certain way. You spoke a certain way. You already had a job. You already had a life that you were, like Mr. Justin said, maintaining. And you were doing that all for yourself before you met her. So how the fuck did it switch to you doing it for her? That's a lie. Do you see how it's a lie?
Crazy. That is crazy. How'd that happen?
Exactly. How did that happen? And a lot of times as men, we make the mistake of allowing certain insecurities from the woman seep into our own brains and fuck a lot of shit up. So we got to be careful. You see what I'm saying? We got to be careful. And this is why you need consistency. This is why I call it a masculine identity, because your identity means that every time you pull out your ID card, it's the same information. It's a consistency in your character. That's the whole point. So it was your job to be consistent from the beginning. And then as you made her your wife, you were still supposed to be that same man. But somewhere along the way, you allowed yourself to change somewhat, or you fell off of certain consistencies. And that's probably what ended up, ruining your marriage.
Yeah.
And
I think
now
that's what it was.
And now, it's sadly, you're letting the result of your marriage further influence inconsistencies, right? Because you went from going to the gym for yourself, then you met your wife, and then you said, and this is just an example, right? But you went from going to the gym for yourself, then you met your wife, then you said, I'm going to the gym for her. Now your wife is gone, and now you're asking yourselves, so who the fuck am I going to the gym for now?
Right.
You see, you see how the evolution takes you further and further away from who you truly are?
Yeah. Yeah, that's like that old saying that if you don't watch the waves in the ocean, you end up in the middle of the ocean. You don't even know how that happens.
Yeah, exactly. The riptide will pull you to the middle of the sea. You understand that you don't realize how you got there.
Yeah.
Because
okay, yeah, I feel that now.
Okay, yeah, man, I don't feel good about the fact that you had to go through a divorce, but appreciate the experience and make sure you learn something from it. Okay.
Okay, I got you. Thank you. Appreciate y'all.
Appreciate you, brother.
Keep up the good work, y'all. God bless.
Yes, sir. Take it easy. Have a great day. All right.
Miles, so many guys are like that. They'll do like whatever work they need to do, like out on the dating market, while they're with a woman, developing a relationship. And then when they get married, they put their feet up. And this is really, really common, really common. They're like, all right, I did the thing. It's solid now. And what that tells me is that they're thinking that the institution of marriage is what makes the marriage.
No, yeah.
And it's like, no, you as the man make the marriage. Okay. How you show up, how your mentality is, how your presence is, how your influence is. And it's all contingent around your self-respect, your self-love, which then extends into how you lead, how you develop her, like just all of this shit. everything is contingent on the man. It has nothing to do with the marriage. Like that, like if that comes around, that should be something that is like a, you know, just like putting the maraschino on top of the sundae. Like it doesn't define anything. It's just like, oh, okay, this is just decorating what already is. The structure and everything should already be there, to the point where it's like, hey, this just kind of makes sense, you know, and we get like some tax breaks for it.
Right.
But like other than that, like the relationship and the structure of it and the strength of it is determined on the man and what he's developed for that woman to be with him.
Thanks.
Okay, let me jump in there and let me say this, because we got a couple minutes. And real quick, and I want guys to understand the covenant before God, the fact that you had a man of the cloth officiating your wedding, the legalities of the paperwork, that ain't gonna save you. Right. And a lot of you guys, you wonder why, you know, the women are leaving. You cannot kick your feet up and get comfortable around women. You can't take women for granted. You can't do it. You just can't do it, because at some point, this is what people got to understand also. Just because you started off being sexually attracted to somebody, or they started off being sexually attracted to you, doesn't mean it's going to stay that way. Okay, your woman in about 2 or 3 years could look up and be like, I don't want to fuck him no more. I'm not attracted to him no more. He's gaining weight. And this is what people think. People think love will save y'all too. No, it won't. No, it won't. If you no longer are appealing sexually to that person, yeah, they still might love you and care about you, but that's not going to keep them from fucking somebody else. Right? That matters. Whatever you did, and it's not about keeping women, right? And that's the caller, the reason why he lost interest in doing what he was doing, because he was trying to keep her. And once he realized he couldn't keep her, he stopped trying to take care of himself, because he was only doing it for her. And Miles, you said it started off, he was doing it for himself, but guys, and this is what guys, and I'm guilty of doing this, right? Okay, not lately, but when I was younger. When you get into a relationship, you take your individuality and your and you as a man, and you somehow lose that. And now you got this woman, and no, bro, you need to keep your individuality, you need to keep your sovereignty and your autonomy. You need to keep that and understand that your life will be a revolving door for women. And it gotta be, right? And I know y'all want to meet a chick and be married for like 40 years, and y'all want to die in each other's arms and have matching burial plots. I know y'all want that. But this ain't the movies, nigga. Like, most people will never have that. Get used to that shit. Y'all got
it. For real. But I think we could close up shop about now.
All right. Let's go ahead. So if y'all want to go ahead and let everybody know where they can reach y'all at.
Yeah. So guys, come to Cunningham Elements and get your products. I got the shea butter. It is shea butter season. It's time to moisturize. The air is dry. It's wintertime, man. Oh, and I think we're setting the clocks back this weekend too, right?
Tomorrow,
yeah.
Yes.
So guys, keep up on that, man. I got your masculine identity eau de parfum fragrance here. Make sure you pick up that. And I got a sale coming up soon, man. So make sure you guys stay tuned for that. And let me see. Also, Monday night, the masculine identity Zoom call. We're going to be talking about ways to spot your identity in the woman when you meet them. So it's going to be an important call. So make sure you guys come through for that. So go to masculineidentitymembership.com and join that, so you could be a part of that conversation. And yeah, man, appreciate you, Justin. Appreciate you, K-Zag. Appreciate the callers and the chat, man. And and then of course tomorrow, Real Game No Theory. Make sure you guys come through for that 12 noon.
No doubt. Yeah, and as always, Zach, thank you for having me. Good to see you again, Miles. And you guys want to learn, more deeper aspects of yourself and how you can become a more impactful leader towards not only just women, but men as well. Head on over to thedominancecademy.com. Actually, I'm gearing up for my first professor. Well, my second professor. I'm the headmaster, but I'm going to be bringing in a professor who has been studying under me for a while, and this guy, he's on fire. So that's some news coming up through. Books are coming through, and I do have a new section on the website. It's called it's under tutorials, And this is, just short lessons that some are more advanced. I'm making some stuff that's a little bit more entry level as well. And, ranges anywhere from like $5 to $12, really easy in and out. Pause. And then, so, go on over there, check out the things that I got going, and, keep your head down and keep working hard.
Facts. Yep.
There you go. Appreciate y'all coming through, Mr. Justin. Y'all go fuck with Justin's website is right here, or is the website?
Yeah, thank
right
you,
there.
Dirk Lux. Appreciate that.
Right there. So
my
so
girl
go-
couldn't
go-
post it because she's not a mod. That's why.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that's what you was trying to tell me. Oh, you was telling me.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
okay, Justin.
I
Justin,
figured
next
it out
time-
later. Yeah, she's not a mod,
Yeah,
so
next
she can't post links.
Oh,
So next time she comes in, next time we do the show, let me know, and then I'll do that. 'Cause I wasn't
Okay.
sure. Okay, because I didn't know what you was trying to tell
All
me
good.
that. Okay,
All
cool.
good.
So now that because that was miscommunication. Now that I know that,
He's zagging.
I'm
again.
out up next time. All right. So again, Mr. Justin, thank you, my brother. As always, I'm zagging. I'm ending this show right now.
All
And we
right.
out. Peace.
Okay.